Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is out this week. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window at the gorgeous summer weather we enjoyed all day today. I was out in it for a little bit of sunshine this lunchtime. It got up to about 97 right now, although some of the predictions for slightly less than that. We're expecting to see more weather exactly like this all week. Very clear, very hot, very windless, very still, very much summer in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's hope that the conditions stay safe for everyone out there enjoying the outdoors. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. COVID-19 infection rates are on the rise in the Wenatchee Valley and the Columbia Basin. A Riverside RV park cannot keep its gates open after a new court ruling. And the prison sentence for an Okanogan County burglar just keeps on getting longer and then shorter again. But first, we begin tonight with Chelan and Douglas counties, which have once again fallen behind one of the standards set by Governor Jay Inslee for phased reopening of the economy under his Safe Start COVID-19 plan. Inslee says for a county to move from phase 1 to phase 2, there should be no more than 25 cases per 100,000 residents in the most recent 2-week period. But in its latest report on Tuesday, the Chelan-Douglas Health District says the Chelan County was at 33.7 cases per 100,000 residents and Douglas County at 41.4 cases over the last 14 days. Chelan County has had a total of 293 people test positive for the coronavirus, and Douglas County has had 199 positive tests. Neither county currently has anyone hospitalized for the virus. Last week, for the first time, both counties fell below the 25 cases per 100,000 benchmark. Chelan and Douglas counties are currently in a modified version of the Phase 1 of Inslee's reopening plan. Just south in Grant County, the spike in positive COVID-19 tests over the weekend, with 63 new cases reported between Friday and Monday. That's in addition to 106 new cases reported just last week. Currently, there are 7 Grant County residents hospitalized with the virus. The Grant County Health District says the latest cases were spread throughout the county. Some of the positive tests have been linked to a single employer and others to social gatherings or close contact with someone with a confirmed case. Grant County was the first and hardest hit county in eastern Washington in the early days of the pandemic, but had improved enough by May 23rd to move to Phase 2 of Governor Inslee's Safe Start reopening plan. The county had hoped to apply to move to Phase 3 before cases began spiking 2 weeks ago. Well, the operator of an RV park that worked illegally for years near Dryden failed today to have his condemnation overturned. Jeffrey C. Jones appealed the Chelan County decision first to Superior Court and then today to the Court of Appeals. Both courts have now ruled the 1.5-acre RV park that he's operated since 2008 on Alice Avenue cannot be grandfathered in under state and county law, and they've ordered it to be removed. The county said that in addition to operating without permits, Jones's use of the land disturbed a riparian buffer zone along the Wenatchee River. Well, if you're a business person planning ahead for phases 2, 3, and beyond during Washington's recovery from coronavirus, you can get help tomorrow through the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce and the Museum and Cultural Center. The museum hosts a virtual reopening Q&A session with chamber staff and healthcare consultants starting at noon. You can join online through Zoom or Facebook Live. Get some details on the museum's website or on its Facebook page. Well, coming up next, a fall from a popular climbing site leaves one woman with a broken leg, and an often used intersection in East Wenatchee gets a shutdown this week for sewer repairs. I'm Jefferson Robbins, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
Nissan is the value leader in new cars and SUVs. Check out these new models starting at under $20,000. The all-new Versa from $17,020. The all-new Sentra from $17,400. And the all-new Kicks from $17,995. Now you can have the Nissan style, performance, and reliability, all for under $20,000.
and they're all here at Town Nissan, up behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. An Okanagan County burglar who was first sentenced to 88 months, then to 119 months, now has to be sentenced to 88 months again. Brandon William Cate first appealed his sentence for multiple burglaries in 2018, and the Court of Appeals in Spokane said Okanagan County Judge Chris Culp had wrongly sentenced him to consecutive terms. Culp then imposed an exceptional sentence, again with consecutive terms, this time adding up to 119 months. The Court of Appeals now says that's at least 31 months too long because the judge improperly calculated Cates' sentencing range, and the resulting prison term is, quote, clearly excessive. A young climber is safe and recovering after a fall from an Icicle Canyon boulder. Deputy Chief Dave Nail with Chelan County Fire District 3 says the woman in her early 20s fell about noontime Monday while negotiating Toto Rock, a smooth granite face that many climbers like to challenge. Nail says the woman suffered a broken leg in the accident, but responders were able to stabilize her at the scene and bring her to Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth for treatment. A well-traveled intersection in East Wenatchee will close down for one day on either side of this weekend. The city says 4th Street Southeast will shut down Friday at South Kentucky Avenue, making way for some crucial sewer work to take place. The closure will run from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, then again for the same period on Monday. The route will stay open during the weekend. Well, you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up, Dan Kuntz sits down with Confluence Health Medical Director Stu Freed to talk about widening community testing for coronavirus. Eric Granstrom brings you that story, plus today's sports and the weather, coming up next on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
The two hottest pickups in America are at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. First, the Ram 1500 with back-to-back Truck of the Year awards from Motor Trend, and now the Car and Driver 10 Best list for 2020. They call it a luxury sedan with pickup capabilities. Ram is on a roll now with third-generation eco-diesel power. Next up, the Jeep Gladiator, also a 2020 10 Best model based on the new award-winning Jeep Wrangler. It has options and capabilities that no other truck can offer. Two more reasons when it comes to buying a truck. There's no reason to leave town.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. One look at the new Z series of Supreme boats and you'll know you're looking at a high-performance wake surfing boat. These boats are known as the Zeus boats because riding one is like surfing a lightning bolt, embodying the mythical trinity of surf, strength, and spirit. See the Supreme boat line at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock Seal Coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
And welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Dr. Stu Freed, Chief Medical Director for Confluence Health, says that health officials and community leaders are asking residents of the area to volunteer to be tested for COVID-19. Freed said he believes the amount of viral activity in the community is actually low and that random testing could help prove that. For example, he said very few of the hundreds of people being tested at the hospital before surgical procedures are testing positive. The volunteer testing effort includes a series of public service commercials featuring leaders in the valley.
What we're looking for right now is we're working through a method of getting random names and addresses of our community so that we do a scientific sampling of the region, including out to Lake Chelan and Leavenworth, Cashmere. And then we'll be sending invitations in the mail or stuffing mailboxes, essentially with an invitation both in English and Spanish to community members to come into a local testing site and be tested. A completely confidential testing. It's also free. Our excellent health department is picking up the tab on this. And then our organization, along with Columbia Valley Community Health, in collaboration with Cascade Medical Center, Leavenworth, and Lakeland Community Hospital, are kind of helping with the manpower and the organization. So this is really a collaborative effort, but we're not putting any of that burden on our citizens. All we need is a bit of their nose and a slight bit of discomfort to be tested. And then we would communicate the results. Those results are private, they're confidential, and then we communicate the results back to them.
As you all know, our community is suffering under the weight of this global pandemic.
We are collaborating with regional healthcare providers and community leaders to collect accurate information on the number of COVID-19 infections in our region in order to meet the requirements for reopening.
To collect this information, we need community members to volunteer to be tested for COVID-19.
Data from these tests are vital to getting our region's businesses open again and helping us manage future spikes in infection, protecting our community members while also keeping the economy open.
Testing is voluntary and results are completely confidential. Look for more information about this testing in your mailbox.
We value your individual health and the health of our communities. Thank you for doing your part to keep us healthy and resilient.
Welcome summer, eh? Third day of summer, and boy, did it kick into high gear here in Eastern Washington as far as hot temperatures. Was it a record today? Not quite. We'll talk about that here in a moment, but we did see some clouds move in here this afternoon after the hot temperatures of the day so far, kind of that summer type weather that we're getting used to here in the Wenatchee Valley. Here's a look out our weather window at Cashmere, thanks to Sky-Fi Wireless Network, and it's kind of the theme here in North Central Washington for today, with a little bit of blue skies mixed in with a few high puffy clouds and not much wind to speak of. We do have wind coming up tomorrow for you. More on that coming up in just a moment. Let's see what's happening as far as the almanac is concerned today. Yeah, how about that one? 99 for the high temperature here in the Wenatchee today. Not a record, but definitely our hottest day so far of 2020. 68 was the overnight low. That happened at about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Look how hot we are compared to normal. 80 is our normal high. 56 for the overnight low. 105 degrees was the record set in 1992 on this date. We had a couple of days of chilly temperatures. 46 the record low in 2009 and 1993. No precipitation in the last 24 hours, so we're still at 2.66 inches of rainfall so far for 2020. As far as the sunrise and sunset, interestingly, we're still kind of lingering on that summer solstice with sunrise, sunset exactly the same today and tomorrow. 5:05 in the morning for the sunrise, 9:02 for the sunset. As far as tomorrow is concerned, a lot lot cooler than today with clouds moving in overnight tonight. Some windy conditions tomorrow. Maybe Ellensburg getting a little shower activity as well. You see 81 for Ellensburg, 90s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Wenatchee. We're going to be tickling 90 to about 89 up the valley, 88 for Casimir, 84 for Leavenworth. Much cooler in the higher elevations around Lake Wenatchee of 72, upper 90s for Aniat, Chelan, and for Omak. As far as the surface loop is concerned, we're going to start out looking at the hot temperatures here, not only for the Wenatchee Valley, but all the way down through eastern Oregon and into northern Nevada, as well as northern California. Yeah, hot, hot, hot. Talked to my brother who lives in Redding, California. He says they're going to be in the triple digits there. Not quite here, but definitely the hot temperatures and the hottest day of the week today, and then we get a little bit cooler as we go on. But you can see those cells continuing as far as the hot temperatures are concerned through Tuesday, or for that is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to start cooling down. Here you see the cooler temperatures. Now, speaking of those temperatures, that means some moisture is coming our way by the weekend, maybe some thunder shower activity. In the meantime, it's going to be dry, as you see up around Canada and then the Idaho Panhandle getting some thunder shower activity in the next 24 to 36 hours. Nothing for here until we get towards the latter part of the week, as I mentioned, into Friday and into the weekend. Much cooler conditions. This wetness off the west coast is going to get caught up for the most part in the Cascades. Excuse me, but then we'll start leaking our way by Friday. We'll have a chance of some thunder shower activity and much cooler on Saturday and on Sunday as far as moisture is concerned. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast thanks to Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. There you saw we were thinking 98 today, got it to 99. The cloud's going to move in tonight. That's going to throw that thermal blanket over the top of us, so it's going to feel kind of warm and sticky overnight tonight. 69 for our overnight low. Tomorrow we're going to wake up to clouds in the morning, some sunshine in the afternoon. That sunshine is going to be swept in, the clouds swept away by lots of wind, gusts to 25 miles per hour expected tomorrow. 60 for the overnight low tomorrow. And normally this time of year the winds die down at nighttime. Tomorrow going to continue, maybe even blowing stronger through the night on Wednesday night. So if you have garbage day on Thursday, might want to wait till Thursday morning to put those cans out by the street, because 30 mile per hour gusts possible on Wednesday night. The rest of the week looking at sunny skies through as we get to Thursday and Friday. We'll see clouds move in Friday night, maybe some shower activity on Saturday and Sunday with thunder showers in our forecast as well. Look at that difference between the highs on Thursday and Friday in the low 90s, and then 79 for the high on Saturday. Cooler as well with showers on Sunday. The good news is if we get the thunderstorm activities, we're expecting it to also include moisture, some rain coming with it. So knock on wood as far as fire situations. There's your 7-day forecast from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. I'll be back with sports coming up next as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
We've missed short drives to see friends, long drives to see family. We've missed road trips, car camping, heck, we've even missed commuting. We're grateful to be getting back on the road. And like always, Les Schwab wants to help you drive safe. That's why our safety-related services, tires, brakes, and alignment are on sale. Save up to $210. Swing by, because we've missed you too. Or book online at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that
image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing in the radio or seeing in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And happy Tuesday to you. Thanks to Dan for filling in for me yesterday. Give me a chance to spend some time with my dad for the Father's Day weekend. Well, in late April, James Elwin went for his morning run trying to stay fit during a pandemic. By the end of the day, he was struggling finishing his thoughts and dragging one foot. Scans at the ER showed that the swimming coach at Wenatchee High School had a mass in his brain. The race was on, but the battle just couldn't be won. And Saturday, Elwin passed away. A GoFundMe page was set up shortly after being a goal of $7,500. It currently sits at over $40,000. The outpouring of support for Elwin and his family has been incredible. Elwin began coaching Wenatchee girls program in 2005. His team amassed 12 district titles in 14 years and placed at state in each of the past 7 years. The boys program was also placed in the top 3 at state in each of the past 3 years. Elwin was recently selected as the WIAA 4A Boys Coach of the Year. Wenatchee High School offered Zoom video conferences earlier today for support to students and for staff. James Elwin was 51 years old. Well, it's a good thing the Seahawks are deep at the tight end position. Rookie Colby Parkinson has had foot surgery and will be out 2 to 3 months. It was revealed Monday that Parkinson underwent Jones fracture surgery June 2nd. The procedure generally involves the placement of plates or screws down the shaft of the 5th metatarsal bone. Other professional athletes such as Kevin Durant, Pau Gasol, and Des Bryant have also had this injury. Parkinson was a 4th-round draft pick out of Stanford in his this year's draft. He was listed on the depth chart behind Greg Olson, Will Dissly, and Jacob Hollister. Well, Russell Wilson was part of a trio of Seattle athletes who hosted the ESPY Awards last Sunday on ESPN. Wilson was joined by soccer's Megan Rapinoe and basketball's Sue Bird in a powerful opening scene.
Jackie, Bill, Ali, Serena.
Jackie rifles the shot into left field.
Jackie Robinson went from playing in the Negro Leagues to becoming the first black man to play in Major League Baseball at a time when segregation was still legal. Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion, first black NBA head coach while playing, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom because of his accomplishments in the Civil Rights Movement.
I shook up the world. Now what are they going to say about that now, huh?
Muhammad Ali, the GOAT, went against the establishment and stood for the freedom movement when it was the unpopular position to take.
The day I stop fighting for equality will be the day I'm in my grave.
Serena Williams has spent her life dominating the court, but it's her courage to speak against inequality and racism that cemented her as a voice of her generation. But what if we didn't know their names? What if they were never part of the conversation? And there's also this conversation. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Those were George Floyd's last words. Ahmaud Arbery was just going out for a run and never came home. Breonna Taylor was at home in bed. Our country's work is not anywhere close to done. We need justice. We need true leadership. We need a change, and we need it now. I look at my children, and I pray for a better future, a world where the color of their brown skin doesn't stop them from their calling, from their purpose, from their destiny. I pray for a world where I don't have to fear for my children due to systemic racism from hundreds of years of oppression. The only thing that must die is racism. Black lives matter.
The award show was presented virtually for the first time due to restrictions from the pandemic. Well, one day after a noose was allegedly found hanging in the parking garage of NASCAR's only black driver, Bubba Wallace, the race world responded in a big way. Prior to Monday's delayed start at Talladega, all 39 other drivers and crews marched down pit road, escorting Wallace's car to the front in a show of solidarity. Bubba climbed out of his car with tears streaming down his face and grabbed his selfie. Wallace didn't finish first, but he definitely won the race. Speaking of racing, we'll have some exciting racing here on the NCWLIFE channel Saturday. We'll be out at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval to broadcast their inaugural race of the 2020 season. No fans will be allowed, but we'll have wall-to-wall coverage here on NCWLIFE. WVSO came out with the timetable for the week last night. Friday, practice will run from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday, sign-in for crews starts at 2 o'clock, and practice begins at 4. Our coverage here on NCWLIFE begins at 6 o'clock, racing at 6:30. We'll have the race on TV as well as streaming on our website at NCWLife.com and our Facebook page. Finally, Major League Baseball owners voted to implement a 60-game season Monday, hours after the MLB Players Association rejected a 60-game proposal that would have included an expanded postseason. The season would begin around July 24th. Players to arrive at home stadiums to prepare by July 1st. Players will also have to sign off on a health and safety protocol before arriving to facilities as well. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Jefferson, back to you.
Eric, thanks so much. I'm glad you got to spend some time with your dad. Well, in what you might call an alleged case of hit and run away, police say a motorist struck another vehicle on South Wenatchee Avenue on Monday, ran from the scene on foot, and hid in a gas station bathroom. 26-year-old Paul Wiley McKee of East Wenatchee faces possible charges of hit-and-run driving and DUI. The crash happened about 3:10 p.m. near the intersection with Peachy Street. Wenatchee police say a breathalyzer test showed no alcohol in McKee's blood, but he allegedly showed signs of drug intoxication. Finally from us tonight, this year's showcase for the student talent at the Apple STEM Network may have been virtual instead of in person, but that didn't stop the kids from showing up with their best work. From meme design to virtual science fair demonstrations, the showcase selected 9 winners showing creativity and engineering prowess, gave them each a $100 Visa gift card for their efforts. About 130 students entered the virtual contest, which was originally planned for showings at Pybus Public Market and the Quincy Public Market before the public health crisis forced a change in plans. You can view those students' work online at applestemnetwork.org. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website, ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call, 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Jefferson Robbins. I'll see you here tomorrow night. Don't forget your mask.
This is Caitlin Hedersheet, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
The world around us is constantly changing. Major employers in North Central Washington have expressed a need for capable, qualified engineering technologists who can think critically and solve problems. And at Wenatchee Valley College, we listened. We are pleased to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science Engineering Technology degree to provide you with a world of new opportunities. Your time is now. The future is waiting for you.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 6th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.